Hey everyone, welcome back to Travels and Tranquility. We're going to go over some cruising essentials today. Top 10 cruising essentials.
Yes.
Pardon me.
Yes.
Lauren, what's our first one?
Yes, and I want to preface it by saying, well, that we tried to think differently. Because we've definitely watched some cruising essential videos, and some of the stuff mentioned on there doesn't really, we feel like, apply to us, so we wanted to make like our version of the top 10.
Yeah, and like we discussed this a little bit before, and Lauren made a good point that a lot of them are kind of samey.
Yeah, so we tried for the most part, or some ways, to be a little bit different, but we'll see. Maybe we're the exact same, who knows. But our first one is pretty basic. It's a pen and a highlighter. Mm-hmm. The pen, because I don't know how many times we've gone to trivia events where they have run out of the little baby pencils.
Oh, it's constant.
It's constant. Almost every trivia, they run out, especially towards the end of the cruise.
Right.
Because people have, lost pencils, broken pencils, kept them accidentally, whatever. So they tend to run out. So we like having our own pen to be able to still participate in trivia no matter what. And it's fun to like have a fun color instead of having to do like the little baby pencils.
Exactly.
Also, just as an added bonus, you're touching less things that other people have also touched. In the world where COVID exists and, lots of illnesses exist, sometimes it's nice to, not touch something that's been touched by a lot of people.
I guarantee you those little pencils are not being sanitized.
Probably not, no. Then a highlighter. On bigger ships like Symphony and stuff, we found that they often will put in your stateroom like the show schedule and stuff like that. And sometimes it's nice to have a highlighter to be able to highlight the ones that you want to plan to attend. Also, if you're old school and you're like asking for a cruise compass from guest services every day, then it's nice to have a highlighter too to kind of outline your day. Yeah. We've just found that it's been useful on
super
cruises.
Useful. It was really helpful on I especially, I'm sure Lauren noticed it well before me because she's better at that stuff than me, but I noticed that it was really helpful on Symphony.
Yeah, agreed. And I think that's a bigger ship thing when they have an even longer cruise thing. When you have a lot more going on, a lot more nights, you're probably going to have a need for a highlighter, in our opinion. Second thing is just games.
Yeah.
We're going to have a whole separate video talking about the different types of games that we like to bring on ships. Uno is kind of a gold standard. It's pretty easy to bring onto a ship.
You'll see in a lot of our videos the time lapses and stuff like that, and largely
we play a lot of Uno. Yeah, absolutely, a lot of Uno. But yeah, like I said, we'll have a whole video about other games that we like to bring on cruise ships. If you watched our Navigator of the Seas video, we brought a ton of different types of games. So we'll talk about those in a separate video, but this is definitely one of our cruising essentials. It's just some sort of game because you have a lot of downtime. We found on cruise ships, you're waiting for the next trivia to start, or you're hanging out by the pool and you want to do something fun, or, you're chilling in your room or in 270 or whatever, and you just want to do something. And so we found games. A really great way to fill that time.
And especially like if you're people like us where those filler times aren't filled with activities like the social events happening on the club or like spending time at the bar or stuff like that.
Yeah. Games are great. You could play them at dinner. I've seen people play them at Windjammer as they're eating their lunch. They're great to have on hand for sure. That's why they're one of our cruising essentials. All right, cruising essential number 3. Pretty standard. You've seen this in all of our videos.
Water bottle. Yeah, I think this, specifically since the Disney cruise, has been on every cruise that we've been on.
Yeah, this was a Valentine's gift I got for Devin right before we went on his birthday cruise, the Disney cruise. So it has been on almost every single cruise except for Adventure. And why do we like to bring our own water bottles, Devin?
Because we drink a lot of water and water bottles are expensive.
Yeah, and buying water ahead of time, you can have water bottles, like you can purchase water bottles for your room. But, water is free on the ship, so you can always go to Cafe Promenade and fill up a little cup of water. But we like having our own so that it's, it contains more than just like a regular cup.
Because they have tiny cups.
And it's more portable than like a regular cup of water. You know, we fill it up before we go off the ship on different excursions. And it's just really handy to have all the time.
Yeah, just to have it with you. And like Lauren was saying, it stops us from having to be chained to the Cafe Promenade.
Yeah. And we like this size. So this is a 32 ounce. We found that's a decent size. You know, obviously you could bring like your giant water bottles, your hydro flasks and all that stuff. But we found this is a good size. It'll still fit in the bag, which is the next thing that I'm going to talk about.
And it doesn't like... You know, it doesn't weigh 12 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. It has a handle, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, this is something that we found essential.
I've seen people as well for bottles this size. They have like, I think they're called carabiners, those clips. And they have them on like these like springs that are just on the outside of their bag. And so you can clip them to like your belt or like your backpack, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's true.
They're pretty handy.
It is pretty handy, but it's just our essential for sure. Because we don't do the soda package or anything, so this is how we're staying hydrated for sure. And that does bring us to, what is this, number 4 now?
Yes.
Cruising essential number 4 is some sort of bag that you can carry around with you on board the ship. It can also be the same bag that maybe you take off ship for different excursions. But having a smaller bag is really nice, and one that allows you to remain hands-free. So this is the bag, you've seen this in every single one of our cruise videos, and some vacation videos. I think we even took it to Iceland. This is really nice. It's just a one shoulder bag from Amazon. This one's fun and tropical because it's got flamingos on it. We also have a black one that we don't tend to use that much. But this is nice because it'll hold our water bottle, the pen, chapstick, just like anything we might need. The games that we're playing with, you know, camera equipment sometimes. It's just nice to have it all in one space. Ducks, yeah, so that your pockets aren't weighed down or anything like that, and you just have everything. You don't have to keep running back to your room. Right. Like, oh man, I need, you know, chapstick, or I need hand sanitizer. Like, it just keeps it all in one place. I'm not showing it very well. We found it to be really helpful. Yeah,
it's super handy, and it stops us from, because when we do like heavy theme park days, it's usually like the giant black Swiss gear bag of all of our stuff, and it stops us from having to carry around the giant the giant Trek bag.
Yeah, a smaller bag is definitely nice, and this does in a lot of ports. We've used this as our excursion bag. When we were in Europe, we used a different one just for security reasons, but this does make a great excursion bag, and we found, you know, both Devin and I can carry it with no problem.
It's a good length.
Yeah, it's a good bag, so we highly recommend it. Having something bag. And you can switch the strap on the back to either side, so you could switch shoulders if you need to at some point. But that's our 4th cruising essential.
Our 5th cruising essential is the actual RC app itself.
Yes.
You wouldn't necessarily think, or at least I wouldn't anyway, because it's just how my brain works. I wouldn't think that having like an app or some sort of digital interface would be pivotal to doing something on a cruise. But the RC app is very good.
It's really user friendly. And you don't have to have the internet package to be able to access the app. You still join their Wi-Fi, so you turn on airplane mode and then you join their Wi-Fi, and it can be free if you're just using the app. But the app is everything. You know, the cruise compass you'll see in your room, it always says cruise compass has gone green or has gone digital, and everything is on the app. And what's cool about the app is once you're on Wi-Fi, you can add things to your calendar, and then it'll send you a reminder like 30 minutes before that activity. It'll send you a push notification so that you know, I wanted to go see the ice skating show, or we have reservations at Giovanni's, you know, in 30 minutes.
Like our Navigator cruise, every 15 minutes it would pop up and say, you're supposed to be at Schooners because there's
another trivia event that you can attend. It's really nice.
But it's so, like, you can look at your future cruises in there. You can view your Crown and Anchor status. You can, while you're on board the ship, like Lauren was saying with the Wi-Fi, you can book excursions through it. That's worked really well.
Reservations for dining.
For dining and for activities and for shows. Like, it's super, super cool. You literally build your schedule.
Absolutely. It also has like dining. You can just look at the menus. You can see what's going on at the Windjammer tonight or in the main dining room to help you plan where you want to go eat. You can check the hours. Is the soft serve machine open yet? You can check. You can also view like where things are. So it really is, it's everything. The app is definitely essential.
And I think what's wild for me is just how overall reliable it is. Like as if for at any moment, if you're on the ship and you want to know something, the information is far more often than not accurate in the app. The only snafu I think we've ever had was with excursions on, I think, the Pisa excursion, but that was just because their system went down. That had nothing to do with the app, which was
the app is not crap. It's very user friendly and it works. It always works. And I mean, you can't really, I feel like you can't really do a cruise without it nowadays on Royal Caribbean. It's got your muster station, all the safety briefing stuff. You do your check-in before you even get on the ship on there. You do your health screening on there. You do your checkout on there. It literally has everything. You can view your bill. Everything
in real
is on
time,
there.
for the most part. And the alternative is to what? Go through a paper cruise compass and then go to every venue and do reservations or go to guest services and do it all. That would take up so much time.
That would take up a lot of your cruising time.
Yeah. And so there's just this, I think, was going completely digital with the app was great. It was a great choice.
Embrace the app.
And it's once you get the hang of it, because I was really annoyed having to learn a new system as well. But once you get the hang of it, it's perfect.
It is perfect. Yeah. It's a really good app. All right, cruising essential number 6 is soap and hand sanitizer, which I forgot to grab, but I'm sure you know what hand sanitizer looks like. So in our opinion, the soap that comes in your stateroom is crap.
Right, it's like hotel soap, you know?
Yeah, the bar soap. It's yucky.
Yeah, it leaves your skin feeling like really like almost tacky and dry.
It doesn't feel good. So our recommendation is to bring your own. And this, some people may think this is silly or excessive or whatever. We just like better soap. You know, that's our opinion. You're washing your hands so often on a cruise ship, I feel like. You know, it's nice to have some nice soap that you like.
Right.
And you can do scented soap and foaming soap. Like you can bring like your favorite kind.
Whatever
your
you
Bath and Body Works kind. So if we are checking a bag, we will bring liquid soap in like the pump bottle. We've done that on a few different cruises and it's been really nice again to have your soap. But as you saw on Symphony of the Seas, all we did was carry-ons. And so you obviously can't bring a giant bottle of soap through TSA. So we found on Amazon just some soap sheets. They're soap thins.
Lauren saw these, I think on maybe like a TikTok or something like that. And they're so handy.
They are really handy because they're super small. You could even carry these around with you. And when you're going into the Windjammer, pull these out. Or, you know, you're using the restroom by the theater. And like, these are totally portable, which is really nice. We just left them in our stateroom. But yeah, they're really nice. And Devin demonstrated it in one of our Symphony of the Seas videos. But you take one of the little sheets, you get it wet and lather it up. And it's just regular soap. And it's nice that you don't have... that it doesn't take up, I pulled this out and now I can't get it back in, that it doesn't take up much space. And, you know, if you're not checking a bag, you're only doing carry-ons, you can still bring your own soap if you'd like.
Right.
And this is a really pleasant tea tree oil scent, but there are tons of other scents.
Yeah, and this is just, the brand is just called Foamin, with no G, just Foamin. And Lauren, you got it on...
Amazon. Yeah, it's like a 4-pack.
Yeah, and there's 300 sheets in each one of these little boxes, which is wild.
Yeah. And along the same lines, we recommend bringing hand sanitizer, like a little mini bottle that you could get through TSA.
Yeah.
There is hand sanitizer throughout the ship.
Everywhere.
But sometimes it's out, or maybe it's not the quality of hand sanitizer that you like.
Right.
Sometimes I feel like some hand sanitizers can be kind of sticky or tacky, and I don't like it. So just having our own is, again, really nice.
Yeah.
You know, it helps to have clean hands when you're on ships, you know, washy, just to keep yourself from getting sick and to help keep other people from getting sick. So
that's like the biggest thing we can do while we're all stuck in this big metal tube.
Yeah, it's just keep our hands clean.
Hands. Like the song says, wash your hands.
Yeah, wash your hands. There's lots of songs about it. So that's our recommendation. Hey, Devin, cruising essential number 7, plugs, outlets.
Yeah, I mean, these are just a no-brainer, and I think stuff like this does end up on like every single essentials list for cruising and stuff. But you have to bring the right one for you. There's so many different variations of these things. We like to use the ones that give a little bit of extra USB plugs and things like that. And these are, I mean, they work out fantastically.
Yeah. I think on one of the things that cruise ships are well known for in their staterooms, they don't give you a lot of outlets, especially the older ships.
Yes.
So having chargers and like bricks that have multiple plugs on them is really handy.
Yeah.
We also recommend, especially for older ships, bringing a European outlet, because you're guaranteed to have at least one European outlet in your stateroom.
Yeah.
And if you are not European and you don't have that, you're missing out on a full plug.
Yeah, it's just gone. And then you're just stuck with the one, sometimes two US plugs.
Yeah. And what's nice about this European outlet that we have, it has like a full 3-prong on the front, 2 USB, and 1 2-prong on the top.
Yeah.
So you can charge 4 things on just this one pretty compact European outlet.
Right.
And it saved our butt on multiple cruises.
Yeah. It kept everything completely charged on Navigator. We used it, I mean, it was just there the whole time. Yeah.
I think we've used it on all of our cruises.
And it's super cool too, because it's not, even though it has multiple outlets, it's not considered an extender or an extension cord. There's so it's not going to get flagged as you go through.
Yeah, definitely always check Royal Caribbean rules. Right. You're not allowed to bring like extension cords or anything like that. But usually these little plug ones are safe.
Right.
We've, like Devin said, we've never had a problem with
this one. It's been on every cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is, really nice to have the extender.
This is cruise essential number 8. I'm not being weird. Our
it's
next
like ASMR
one
or something.
It's lanyards or something equivalent to hold just little odds and ends, like your CPass or
mostly your CPass card,
ID cards, things like that. We use it for a variety of things. Obviously, we've gone over that. And what's cool is that they all come in a ton of different varieties as well. So you can get these cool cloth ones that hold a little more. You can get some normal like lanyard ones with just a little plastic thing.
Yeah, you need something to keep your CPass ready and out.
Because you use it a lot.
You use it a ton. Like Devin said, we always keep ours in these pouches. This is like our little microphone pouch, and so it's just easy to slide a little card in there. But for people who aren't filming, just a regular standard lanyard that you get at your theme parks or wherever, work maybe, know.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. You can even get cruise ones if you want. You can get RC branded ones.
Right.
But you need something for your CPass card.
Because you're not carrying around your wallet or your passport holder or any of that stuff on the ship. And so this is just...
Even off the ship sometimes,
Yeah.
You want those things maybe separate.
Right.
So... yeah, you use your CPass card to order drinks at the bar, sometimes to check in for shows if you had to make reservations, to pay at restaurants, to pay in the shops, to get on and off the ship. So like you're getting into your room, so like you're constantly like pulling out your card. So having it somewhere convenient or close
just
by is really good. That's our recommendation for sure.
And everybody does it. You don't look silly. And you can get neutral pouches that go with everything. It doesn't have to be colorful or weird or whatever.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Or you can be colorful and weird and shout your Ravenclaw pride or whatever you'd like to do. For sure.
I agree.
Cruising essential number 9 is a noise machine and or a USB fan. I should have gotten this beforehand, but here's the USB fan and our little noise machine, our little travel noise machine.
So you'll recognize this noise machine from our Disney Dream Vacation when we were stuck in the airport.
And we just kept hearing bird sounds. It's the noise machine. There weren't birds.
For like I shit you not, like 4 hours. We just kept wandering around like, where are all these birds?
Where are all these birds from? Noise machine.
It was a noise machine.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I mean, obviously it got pushed or whatever, but it was funny that it took us forever to put it together, that we were the problem.
We were the
and not everybody around us. People probably thought we were insane.
Right.
Because we'd walk by and they'd hear bird sounds. Whatever.
It was funny when we realized it.
Yeah.
Funny. And then this little guy, your staterooms are like, there's no cross breeze. There's no, you can't flip open a window to get like fresh air and stuff unless you're in a balcony and all that. And so to have a way to circulate the air in the room is priceless.
Yeah, it is really nice. When you come back to your room after like a really hot day, you know, on land, like in an excursion, like when we came back from Castaway Cay on the Disney cruise or Rome or whatever, having a fan that you can like blow in your face and cool down is really nice.
That's great.
It also makes really good just kind of white noise sounds to help us sleep at night. Same with the noise machine, it makes really good sounds. This one's really nice because it has a bunch of different sounds that you can do. It's got rain and forest and birds and white noise, so it's really nice. It helps me sleep.
Yeah, and so these came in a 2-pack off of Amazon, and I believe we just picked up the sound machine for like $5 at Target or something.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's equivalent ones. This one's nice because it's just really small for travel purposes. Same with this. It's really nice. And it's just a USB, so it's easy to plug into your outlets or your portable chargers if you have that. But yeah, we found that these have been essentials for us. Last cruising essential is a hamper for your dirty clothes. No fun vacation. Really, this is like a good essential for any trip.
Yeah.
This is the one we typically take. My grandma. So this one for us has just got a bunch of cats, and it's kind of a crazy design. But I really like it.
Yeah.
It's just a bag. So what's nice is it folds up really small in your bag, like when you're there, and then it just kind of takes up your suitcase space when it's full.
Yeah.
But you can obviously also do like those pop-up ones. I've seen people take those, especially for longer cruises, like 5 to 7 nights. It's kind of nice to have a bag to just dump all the stuff that you don't need anymore.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't get mixed in with your other suitcase stuff or just end up in a pile on the floor, you know. It's nice to have something to organize it in. And as you can see, like this one gets like super small, and that's really nice.
Right.
Also recommend maybe a separate hamper if you know you're gonna have a lot of wet clothes from like the pool and stuff like that.
Yeah, because we
having
did that
like
before.
A plastic bag or a different bag maybe that's just for that if you know you're gonna have it, or plan ahead to make sure it's dry before it goes in your hamper to be shipped home.
I agree.
Although we've had many vacations where we've put wet stuff in here and we've just said flip it and, you know, flown home with it, and you just separate it when you get home. Like, honestly, it's not that big of a deal, right?
Oh.
So, I know, you pulled forward and you made her fall.
Sorry, Ptolemy.
All right, Devin, those were our
top 10 cruise essentials.
Yeah, we did it.
So we'd like to hear from you what we missed, what you think about what we included. What do you bring? Because everybody's different. Everyone's got their own preferences for what they consider essentials.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff to follow along on our adventures.
Yeah.
We have lots of stuff that we've already done and lots of stuff coming up. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. And if you're interested in finding out more about these items, I'll try to maybe create like a little Amazon storefront or something like that for you to check out in the comments. And also the games will have a separate video that will have either come out before this one or after this one. We don't know. But if it's before, I'll make sure it's linked in the description box below. And if it's after it's out, I'll make sure it's linked in the description box below. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next adventure. Bye.